Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. There is nothing more exciting in our hobby than getting your fish to breed. Seeing your fish laying eggs is such a great thing to observe. It's super exciting, but also might be very disappointing if nothing comes out of it. So today I would like to show you a few tips on how to increase survival rate of the eggs or fry that you might find in your tank. Before we move on, I have a small challenge for you. What you can see right now is a fry of one of the fish I keep. Can you guess what fish it is? I will reveal the answer by the end of this video. So first thing that you have to focus on is to protect the eggs. So many of the species that we keep in our tanks don't have very strong parental instincts. It's very common that the parents themselves will eat the eggs because they don't even know what it is. And even many of the species that are famous for protecting the eggs and fry sometimes are confused during the first tries, so it will take them some time to develop those parental instincts. So if your target is to save as much eggs as possible, you should separate them from their parents. Of course, it depends on the situation that you have. If we are talking about South American cichlids, it's very easy to separate the eggs because the parents will always lay them in one spot. So if the eggs are laid on the rock, you can just simply remove that rock. If they are on the plant, you can always cut one leaf and again remove it from the tank. And if the eggs are spread all around the tank, you can just remove them manually using your fingers. In most cases, if you're careful, the eggs will stick to your finger. Just be gentle and you can remove them one by one. This works perfect, for example, with Corydoras. Once you have all the eggs in your container, now it's time to protect them from fungus. So first of all, not all of the eggs will be fertilized. This is absolutely normal. But unfertilized eggs very quickly are attacked by fungus. And that fungus is very happy to spread to all the healthy and fertilized eggs, and we need to prevent that. So to prevent fungus from spreading, it's a good idea to include a lot of aeration in your container. Next thing I do is always include few drops of methylene blue. It works very well against fungus and it really stops fungus from spreading from unfertilized eggs to the healthy ones. And last but not least, use very small pipette to remove the eggs that are unfertilized. They are very easy to spot because they will turn white almost immediately. And now comes the worst part, waiting. But if you did everything correctly, your patience will be rewarded with fry. And fry also has to be protected. Fish fry, no matter the species, is much more sensitive than their parents. This is why it is very important to keep good water quality during the first days or weeks. That's why I'm always making multiple water changes during the day. This is much better solution than, for example, one big water change, because I'm not stressing the young fish with sudden parameter changes. And because the amount of water is quite small, I can use, for example, turkey baster to do that. It also has more benefits because using the turkey baster, I can actually clean up the bottom of the container. Just be very careful not to suck out any of the fry. And cleaning the bottom of the container is also very beneficial because we're gonna use a lot of food during the first days. It also helps to keep the aeration going, even though the container is very small. Water movement prevents creation of biofilm on top of the container, but don't overdo it because remember, these are tiny small fish. They cannot swim against very strong current. I'm also using second container with clean water, and I actually hang both of them in the same tank. The tank is heated, so by definition, the water in both containers also has the same temperature. It's a very good setup because I can make a water change very quickly. And finally, we come to the topic of feeding. Fish fry is actually quite similar to human babies. They must be fed all the time during the day. So after they are hatched, they still have yolk sac attached to them, and this is how they are feeding during the first days. But then when the yolk sac is used, they become stronger and they are starting to swim. And only then you should start to feed them. Don't do this earlier. The only thing that you're gonna do is pollute your water quality. So I know it's quite difficult if you have a job or go to school, but try to feed them as frequently as possible with small amounts of food. So plan the meals ahead, feed them as soon as you wake up, before you leave the house, right after you come back from your work or school, then before you go to sleep. Try to clean up all the food that is not eaten and repeat every single day during the first weeks of their life. Fish fry grows really quickly and they will become much stronger during the first weeks of their life. You just need to be focused and dedicated during the first month. And coming back to our challenge, do you know what fry fish is this? Well, this is actually angelfish. I know that right now they look nothing like their parents, but let me know in the comments what was your guess. And if you did guess correctly, then wow, good for you. So just to summarize, if you want to raise as much fish as possible, try to separate the eggs from the parents. Next, keep as good water quality as possible. Do as many water changes as possible during the day. Try to vacuum the bottom of the container when you are keeping your fish. And once they are hatched and free swimming, try to feed them as frequently as possible. If you have any doubts about what and how to feed them, here you will find a video about best foods for your fry. More information about angelfish fry is coming later, but for now, thank you very much for watching. Please hit the like button if you enjoyed the video, and as always, see you in the next one.